Hi everybody, John O'Shaughnessy here, Praiseworthy Ministry, and I want to give everyone a Cuba update. I was in Cuba in October for 7 days with a team of 7 other people, and frankly, it was over the top. It was really good. It was exciting. There was six businessmen and myself, and made a lot of new friends. And before I went on the trip, the Lord was gracious enough to give me a few dreams about Cuba, a few words of knowledge that I shared while I was there. And again, I just felt like I was in a bubble of revelation for 6 days. And many of you were praying for me. And I just want to really just give God praise because every day there was 20 or 30 different stories I could tell. But I just want to give just a snippet of this first trip. And before I left, I had a dream that the Lord commissioned me to go to Cuba. So when I accepted my friend's invitation to go to Cuba, it was more than just, oh, yippee, yippee, yahoo, I get to go on a missions trip somewhere. I really feel that the Lord commissioned me to go in this dream, and it's really changed my thinking and Carol's thinking of missions and Praiseworthy Ministry. But I want to share at least two stories with you. So we landed in Miami, spent the night at a hotel. Then the next day we went in a plane, Miami to Havana, stayed there for 6 days. And we just went to 8 or 10 or 12 churches. It just seemed like we were driving for 3 hours, wouldn't stop, encourage a church, have a meal there, get on the bus, go to another church. But two stories that I wanted to share. There was one man that I ministered to that was after a prophetic mentoring class that I did, which was really fun. It was like 15 or 20 people. They loved it. God provided an awesome interpreter. There was a lady that taught at a local college that interpreted for me. It was just, again, over the top. But I shared with this one man, I said, I see you on a bicycle, and it's like your bicycle's broke. And the man just started to cry, and people around him started to cry. And it turned out that the man did in fact have a bicycle, and his left pedal was actually broke. So the next day, a team member from the United States on our team heard about this story, and we were able to give the man enough money to buy a bicycle. And for those of you that don't know, a bicycle in Cuba would be about a year's salary for the average Cuban. And he was just so excited and so thankful that God had blessed him with a new bicycle. Imagine that. A new bicycle. The man was blessed, and he'll be able to reach more people in a city. And the second story that I want to tell is, and I don't know how to condense it, so I'll try to do as good a job as I possibly can. So we stayed at the headquarters for the Methodist Church in Havana, and there was 5 women that used to cook for us and other teams that would come down there from all over the United States. And I didn't know this one woman's name, but I knew as soon as I saw her in the cafeteria, the first 5 minutes that we got to into the kitchen, that she was really prophetic and that I needed to pray for her. Well, little did I know that 3 days later we would in fact be at a church meeting together. All the women, all the cooks in the kitchen came to the meeting that was being held 5 minutes away. And I ended up praying for her, and she was really impacted in a huge way. The Lord really encouraged her, and after the meeting, the team from the United States and these 5 Cuban women went back to, the kitchen. We were drinking coffee. It was like midnight or 12:30, and this one lady said to me, "Well, there's something that you don't know," and we're all like, "Sure, go ahead and share it." And she said, about a year ago, I had a dream that the Lord wanted to release me in the prophetic ministry. And I woke up and I was really excited, but 1 month went by, 6 months went by, 8 months went by, and I thought my pastor was going to pray for me. This is what she told us. And we were like, okay. And then she said, Lord, that dream wasn't from you, and there's no way that I'm going to be released in the prophetic ministry. And then about a week later, the Lord gave her another dream that a man from the United States came with the prophetic ministry, laid hands on her, and released her in the prophetic ministry. So she tells us that story, and she looks at me and says, "You were the man that released me in the prophetic ministry, just like the dream was." Now, we were all like, holy smokes. You had to be there. Maybe that doesn't really translate, but when she said that you could hear a pin drop in this cafeteria. But I just want to say thank you for the people that got me there. Cuba's going to be on our radar screen for the next 30 years, and I'm looking forward to going back the first week of December, and I'm going to do another video update that's going to be Cuba Part 2. Thanks.